Listen, it does not need to be a new year, a new you. It just needs to be a new year, a healthier you. Because sure, okay, they trying to take us down at every front. So get some TLC products and up that metabolism and up that energy and up that immune system, okay, that digestive system. Get that all together with these TLC products right here. And don't forget, okay, sign up for ifyoucanmove.com and become a part of the online gym and shed the pounds, honey. We're starting a new challenge on January 3rd, and I would love to see y'all there. Get the links down below. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Love After Lockup review, y'all. All right, y'all, the mess on this show. I really like this show, y'all. It's sad. It be so messed up and so entertaining every week. So John and Kristiana. John talks to his partner about Tara, about how he's been flirting with her, which I'm not clear if he has, her or not. I don't know if he had her up against, the washing machine outside, hitting her up or whatever, but it does give that energy. All right. But it's worrisome because John has cheated in every single one of his last relationships, every single one. So it begs one to consider that he has probably smashed her up against an old dirty appliance. Okay, he's getting a boat ready for Kristiana. She's gonna come out. She really wants a boat, so he got this old boat. He's gonna clean it up for her. Super, super sweet. Also because he feels bad about having this relationship with her sister while she was in prison. A relationship I told you guys that sister wanted from the very beginning, okay? She had her eyes set on him from the very beginning, okay? Okay? Because for her now to act as if now you're gonna tell your sister and all of that, like, you were always going to put this situation on Front Street if it actually happened. And this is just John being stupid, to be honest. Like, if he were smarter, he wouldn't put himself in a situation where you can now hold this over his head. But the truth of the matter is, honey, you gotta go. Okay, Tara is upset because she finds out this episode. She gotta go. Kristiana called John and was like, I'm getting out soon and I cannot live in a house with somebody that has an open case. Even though, she ain't got no warrant out or nothing like that, the case is still open. So she has to go because John is Kristiana's husband. So if anybody's going to be living with John, it's going to be Kristiana. So Tara has to go. When John tells her this, she says that she thinks it's bullshit and that he's just trying to get her out of the house so that they don't have to tell Kristiana about what's happened between them. I don't want Kristiana to go back to jail, but I want somebody to lay hands on Tara. That's your sister. And she cared enough about you to have the man who she just got married to move you and the mama in out of the meth lab you were living in. And y'all want to sit here and put all of the sobriety guilt on John, talking about can he put her up somewhere. What the fuck have y'all been doing this whole time? Grandma not collecting no type of aid from the government looking like this? And Tara, you ain't got no job down to the Winn-Dixie? Like, I need to understand what y'all are doing. Like, you just living in this man's house, rent-free, not giving him nothing. Is that what I'm to understand about this situation? John, you stupid. You letting these people game you. You letting these people take advantage of you. And having a sexual relationship with Tara was her trying to prolong her having a place to stay. She was trying to steal you from her sister so that she can have a man who will look after her the way you look after Kristiana. But what she didn't understand is that John really does love Kristiana and he does not love Tara. So Tara gotta go either way. We so sorry that your sobriety might be up in the air, but that's on you, ma'am. You gotta take care of yourself. You're an adult. That man does not owe you having to take care of you for the rest of your life. Like, your sobriety has nothing to do with him. Oh my God. I would get that mama out of my house too. Honestly. Like, y'all can go find her a home or something, but she would have to go too. I'm just saying. And John, we see you. We see that you are so happy to get Tara out of the house without having to explain what has happened. But I just hope that it goes down the way you think it's going to go down, because something tells me that Tara's not going to go out, you know, without a fight. Just something. Something feel like that. Maybe, I don't know, the fact this is love after lockup, so you know it's going to be some bullshit. Yeah. All right, y'all. Moving on, Andrea and Lamar. So Andrea and Lamar go and finally have a sit down with Shantae, Lamar's oldest daughter, who he has not been there for her entire life. And the fact that Priscilla has to tell Andrea to act like she has some sense when they get to Shantae's house just lets you know the type of immaturity we're dealing with here. The 7-year-old. What is she, 8, 9, child, whatever. Okay? The kid has more sense than the parent. That is so sad to me. I feel so bad for the kids. I just really do. When you don't have an adult as a parent, it really makes your life harder. Harder than it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have somebody that's responsible enough to not act a fool all the damn time. Like, oh my God. But either way, they get there, they sit down, they talk to Shantae. And she says she feels like it's always an issue with Andrea if Lamar and Shantae spend time with one another alone without her, as if she thinks that Shantae is some woman that's trying to steal her man. That is that man's daughter, and you should in no way, shape, or form be making it more difficult for him. But at the same time, Lamar, you're using Andrea as a scapegoat because it's uncomfortable for you. I imagine you have a lot of guilt when it comes to Shantae, and being around her may not always make you feel the best. Just like when y'all all sat down to talk and you decide you want to give them the room. You were her dad. You were the one that hasn't been there. You were the one that should be explaining why you're allowing this to happen in the first damn place. Why the hell are you walking out the room? Like, that just made me even more upset with him, because I feel like it's his way of not having to fully take responsibility for the fact that he hasn't been there. He continues to allow Andrea to keep space between him and Shantae. He should be fighting even harder to make sure that Shantae knows that she's loved now that he can. You live in the same city with her, and you want to put it all on Andrea? Yeah, I blame her, but you're a grown-ass man. I don't understand. I don't. You do everything else that you want to do. I don't understand why Shantae can't be a part of that schedule, but whatever. Andrea explains that she thought that Shantae was going to be a brat, and she didn't want any type of negative energy around her kids. First of all, Andrea, you're the negative energy around your kids. So they're always around someone that is making them feel unsafe, because they're always around you. Okay? First of all. Second of all, Shantae is an adult, and you don't have to be there. But I just feel like you are less of a woman for not encouraging him to have a relationship with his daughter, with or without you. I also think you are less of a woman for not including her, knowing that Shantae really wants this relationship with her father. It is because you are selfish and you want Lamar all to yourself. Like, we've already had this argument. We already know what this is. So all of this bullshit you talking is just you trying not to look like the bad guy. Really. Okay? But hopefully they will include Shantae more often when they do things as a family, because Lamar has been there for her kids in a way that he has never been there for his own. That shit is upsetting. And I totally understand how Shantae feels about this whole arrangement. And she was very respectful when you think about how she could have been with the way that Andrea acts. But it almost seems as if all of the kids are going to always be more responsible than Andrea and Lamar. It just always seems that way. It's sad. So let's move on to John, Lacey, and Shane. Okay, so everybody knows that Shane has found out that John is out of prison. And he's really upset, but he just wants to protect Lacey. And Lacey is in a mindset that she's kind of going to do whatever she wants to do, but she has not reached out to John. I think she hasn't reached out to John because she's scared of what his response is going to be, since she's the one that got him put back in jail. I don't know if it's all because she's carrying Shane's baby. Like, I don't know if that's the only reason. Because sometimes she doesn't give a shit about Shane. You know what I'm saying? And Shane is taking this defensive, approach where it's like, I want to bust his head wide open. Wide open, wide open. And I just kind of feel like everybody needs to simmer down until he shows up on your doorstep. Just chill out, man. We don't want to go back to jail or have you on 100 for no reason, okay? So John meets with Miranda, Lacey's homegirl, so that he can try to get an understanding about if she called the police on him or not, because he feels like he needs closure. I think John is full of shit, and he's not going to stop until he's making out with Lacey again. Like, I think that's what it is. It's always trying to get back with Lacey. She is another drug for him. That's basically what it is. And the girl says that she doesn't know. She doesn't know if Lacey called the cops on him or not. But what she does know is that Lacey is pregnant for Shane. John is upset about this. It makes him think about the baby that they lost together and how they thought at one point that one of her kids was his. Turns out it's not. And I just kind of feel like y'all are really nasty. Y'all have been out here sharing, spit and saliva and juices and shit with each other and then with other people for like years and years and years through different noses and faces and everything for Lacey. And I just kind of feel like this is really gross. We're going to continue on. When I thought about that, I was just like, this is really nasty. That's where my mind went. This is really nasty. Okay. But anyway, he stands there on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. That's what he was doing. All right. So Brittany and Marcelino take her mom to cold ass Alaska to see cracked out Grandma Jackie, who pimped Brittany out for crack back in the day. Y'all, I don't understand. What is to be gained from going to see cracked out Grandma Jackie, who was terrible and who sold her grandchildren for crack? Like, what's to say to her? Not only was she a terrible mother to Brittany's mom, but she was a terrible grandmother. I mean, there's so many layers here. Like, Mom, why would you bring me around Grandma Jackie when Grandma Jackie was a terrible mother to you? Make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like, Brittany is probably the first person to break this cycle in her family, this cycle of drug use and just completely not giving two shits about the welfare of your children. Because the fact that this is a pathology that y'all are putting these kids through, oh my God, I want to kick y'all in the puss. I swear I do. I really, really do. Because I really hate when people have no reverence whatsoever for the lives that they make. I really do. And cracked out Grandma Jackie has not changed. She may have gave y'all the cry face when she saw Brittany's mom walk in, but really and truly, she's old and she doesn't want to be alone. But she's ruined her daughter, and her daughter damn near ruined Brittany. I mean, she damn near ruined Brittany. You sold Brittany for crack? Oh my God. Like, I can't, y'all. I really cannot with people like this. And, they want all this sympathy and forgiveness when they asses is old, but they just as evil and terrible and venomous as they've always been. They're just in older rapping now. And that's unfortunate. But I don't feel like there was anything that Cynthia, is that Brittany's mom's name? I don't think there was anything she had to gain from this situation. This was only gonna like upset her and possibly send her into a relapse if she isn't already still getting high. Grandma Jackie basically takes no responsibility. You did drugs in front of your kid and then you turn around and tell her that you didn't put a pipe to her mouth. Bitch, you introduced her to it. What are you talking about? doing it in front of her, selling her kids for crack. Like, what are you talking about? Not only did you put it in your daughter's mouth, but you put it in your granddaughter's mouth as well. This is your fault. This started with you, okay? For them, it did anyway. I'm sure that there was somebody in your family that didn't give a shit, which is why you're the person you are. But ultimately, ma'am, it is each our own responsibility to try to change the things that were done to us. Like, if you are not thinking about how to be a better parent when you have children, I don't know what the fuck you doing. But I really wish you wouldn't have kids if you're not going to care. And if you're going to look your daughter, who has been dealing with the same drug use that you've been dealing with her whole life, and tell her that you have no responsibility in that, yeah, there's nothing that is to be gained from this conversation. So when Cynthia ran out, I was not surprised. Neither was I upset. Okay, so y'all went to Colass, Alaska for nothing. I'm glad Marcelino is in the mindset of protecting his kids from this bullshit. Okay. Moving on, Chevelle and Kweilyn. So y'all, Chevelle and Kweilyn have some time alone on a Ferris wheel, y'all. And listen, there is nothing a bitch loves more than a roller coaster finger fuck Ferris wheel scene. Listen, name that movie. But your girl loves a good time at a carnival, okay? At a fair, all right? That's what we call them. We call them fairs. Yeah. But anyways, just memories. Anyway, you guys, oh my God, I had so much fun. Listen, I made out with a girl at the Super Fair one time. Her name was Daphne. She was so pretty. She had real pretty teeth. And she smelled real good, y'all. She was wearing that curve for men back in the day. Do y'all remember that? Child, that was when you don't give a shit how your family feel because the girl is so fine. Like, just made out in the middle of Super Fair. Like, people I ain't know or who ain't know my people wasn't just walking around. Like, my fucking auntie and them was in there, everything. And I was just like, I don't care. This girl is kissing me after I just met her at the Super Fair. And she's so fine and smells so good. I don't even care. So, yeah, y'all, a girl loves a good fair. So, the romanticism is already there for me. So when Kweilyn pulled out the ring and gave her the terriblest engagement proposal ever, I was still in a romantic space because we was on a Ferris wheel and we was in an air and it was a whole view. But he really pulled out the ring like, so this your commitment. This what you wanted, right? This what you wanted, right? Yeah. All right, what you gonna do? You gonna take that? You gonna be my wife? What's up? Like, I was just like, what? This is not the way you propose, Kweilyn. But Chevelle loved it and was emotional. Yes, Kweilyn. Yes, Kweilyn. Y'all, it was terrible, but it was good all at the same time. It was terrible. It was cute. Congratulations, Chevelle and Kweilyn. We know it's going to be a trial and a tribulation and she's going to be kicking her shoes off on a curb again. We know. But he going to try. Lindsay and Scott, you guys. So we find Scott chilling in the backyard with his dogs. And then we find out the reason why he's chilling and enjoying life so much is because Lindsay's ass is back in jail, like he said she would be. Like we all knew that she would be. I don't know what she thought. Turns out that she went and got a car, you know, like I'm going to test drive a car. And then when it picked up drugs and a gun, got picked up by the U.S. Marshals on the way back to the dealership to drop the car off. So yeah, she's back in jail and she's probably going to be in there for a long time. But she takes this time over the phone to curse Scott out as if he gives a shit. Like, you're in there, he's out here. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you don't ever talk to him ever again in life. We know where you are. Like, you're not going anywhere. Fuck cares? Like, the one that ends up in jail is the one that lost. Just in case you aren't clear on that. But yes, y'all, that was Love After Lockup. Good episode for me. I mean, Lindsay ended up in jail. Good episode for me. Like, that's how I feel. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.